we're just gonna jump right into it because it's been a hot minute, and let's see what Ishtola. Let's see what's happening in the area with Ishtola. Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? I wonder, do they know about the Exarch? From the Crystarium, I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Rikit. Oh gosh. Rikitat. Well, then you're welcome to stay with us as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Riktaku? Would it be alright if I joined you? I need to see it again. Of course, anything for anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Night Blessed. If not for her, we'd all have perished in the Great Fire. Fire? With our priests slain and our homes in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back. With her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it was the smile in her eyes when she speaks of this sunless sea. I feel whole again. Now that she is with us, I have no doubt others feel the same. She is as much as part of the Knights Blessed as any of us. We are grateful for all she does in the service to the dark. But you didn't hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to, so as long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. We shall learn the ways of the people of the land. Should you see any of our people in this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. There we go. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. Huh, interesting. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would the two of you kneel for just a moment that I might get rid of the light's impurity? Wow, if I could only spell. And with that, You have been cleansed of light's blighted touch. How do you feel? Tingly. I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. This water has been treated. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue water with faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoke of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. That's right, because we are bearers of... We're different. Dark aspect of the water have no discernible... By the gods, Master Matoya was right. You are sinners. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta, language of the Ronka. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You needn't worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta and they will know you are from All in Tuta. I will await you here. Now go. There are others to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Okay. Time to go chit-chat with the people of the Land of Darkness. Newly come traveler. Alin Chi. Welcome to Slivenborough. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet, taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea. The quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. That actually makes sense. Alin Chi. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. I'm like, where's Minfilia? Everyone was kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but I am starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. Oh boy, what is he having us learn next? Ah, you returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It's been too long since we've had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodging for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand. It's almost fitting I am wearing this, though. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such a generous soul. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. One of you can do the filling, the other can do the watering. Speak with Earl Sibel. When you have finished, she will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and warm meal. This was the only jug I could find that was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack at the bottom. Of course there is. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops is always Tadia's duty, but she's no longer with us. We have since taken care of sharing the duty though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can help with? We can plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Night Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Great Wood. I see you read your history. But there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like many of, like many in those times, the first Knights Blessed lost everything: their homes, their loved ones, all they hold dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost in the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. People were without answers, without hope. Their gods have drowned along with everything else. It seemed there was that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in the truth, they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the self-same reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity with the shade of these trees and the constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yilmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You're so kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possession. In times such as these, when everything has been taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of what we lost, what we fight to go on, why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they left for us, or they left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. done tending to the crops already? Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Runar. Hmm? Oh boy, who's after us now? In the woods, sin eaters. I fear they may have the touch. What's the touch? In the groves of the southwest, for mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherba. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they move on. But sir, what of Todia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times the Sin Eaters to appear, are you going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they are indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days past, Tadia, a child of the Knight's Bless, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at the funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now what if I could find it for you? He's an Elzen. I like his look. I've experienced fighting senators, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does the others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descendant from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. She's gonna go. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please let me do this. And I'll go with. Very well. But if danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Yeah, where has he been? I know he walked off a little upset at, Stola. Thank you. With you at my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly, and may shadows keep you both. Found them. No, it's that one. No, it's a couple of them. I was hoping there would only be one. Yeah, we got this. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. I want to see what she has in mind. Fighting them together would make it a lot of noise, which might attract beasts and other eaters. But if we fought them separately and quietly, we might not have to worry about that. Ugh. Okay, hopefully she can do this. Nice. It's done. Though I fear I was a bit careless, I'll do better next time, I promise. You killed it. What more do you need? I'm fine, you needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find the Hearthstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over here in the brush. I honestly hope I'm looking for sparkles. That would definitely help. Just saying. Found it. Now let's take out the tree animal, or the vampire vine. Okay, there's a few. No Hearthstone. And the hunt continues. Didn't I just check these? It's not that big of a circle. So there's those two. I'm probably gonna really cut this down because this is a lot of just searching. I think I found out where it is now. Yeah, I might have found it. Did you have any luck? It's beautiful. It has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a man of many talents. I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm going to be half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. She's still comparing herself. We should hurry back to Slitterbow. Runar and the others are probably worried. Thank goodness you're safe. I begin to fear the worst. By all that is dark, you found it. We can proceed with the service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but also our guide spirits into the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even though we should be felled by sin eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Tadia's funeral or Tadia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others. It'll be held in the darker. When you arrive, you should be an attendant. There should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Do we have to defuse? Sapphire and I learned so much about the Night Blessed while you were away, and we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were sin eaters, and as long as he accompanied you, but try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you? Let's just say a little birdie told me, and it's telling me now that Sapphire has business with us. Is something the matter? They've asked us to attend the service? Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darker, is it? We'll take care not to be late, I promise.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Oh, wow.
We call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact. Orionje and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift, our next course of action is clear. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Rokon Empire and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife, unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think its ancient petition somehow help us get into Ixmaja? Indeed we do. For etching into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally to the Rokon Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruins' protectors to grant a safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse: the existence of the stone monument inscribed with ancient Rokon text translations into a more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purpose. Yeah, I was like, and where can we find this? Here in Sitia. Still quite close to... Good news ends there. However, it is in possession of rather radical faction of Dark Worshippers. Children of the Everlasting Dark. Oh, great. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their camp. I have no intention of taking any longer than absolutely necessary, and I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough time, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then let us convene outside to the west of Slitherbow, where the path diverges. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has ought to share of their recent activities. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Fun! Now we're dealing with religious zealots. Always fun. It's always a grand time. Yeah, let's fight off a Jinn first, though. Because we can. Nice. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I kind of discovered most of the area, but I don't remember exactly. I did what I could. It'll just burn out, unfortunately. Go. Here, let me help you. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you were unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visitor. Okay. You're an acquaintance of Master Matoya then. My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange. What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I noticed of their venomous spiders. They had been breeding them in greater numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nest where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose on the nest, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan! I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We have smoke bombs in the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to revisit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. guard returned to Slitherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the bees, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we needed. How did you fare? There you go. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. Alright, so we're going to end it here for right now. And I'll be back and we'll continue this a little later. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Stream-wise, my schedule's just everywhere, so I don't see myself streaming until maybe the end of the month. But yeah. Like, subscribe, go to Twitch, follow me there. Alright? Be good to yourself, be good to others, and stay true to you. Laters.
Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. 'Cause darkness, my old friend, you won't get me in at the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control?